I was 11 years old, sitting in a one-room schoolhouse in Lancaster County, surrounded by 30 other children. When I finally looked down at my light blue dress, the stain wasn't yellow, it was dark red. I had no idea what was happening to my body. No one in my entire life had ever said a word about this. Sitting there, feeling blood soak through my clothes, I was convinced God was killing me from the inside out. Hi, my name is Hannah, and this is Hannah the Amish girl. I grew up old order Amish, and now I share the things we were never allowed to speak aloud. If these stories resonate, please subscribe and like, it really helps. Tell me in the comments, how old were you when someone first explained puberty and periods to you? My answer might break your heart. I was one of 9 children on a farm in Lancaster County, plain dress, prayer cap, horse and buggy, kerosene lamps, and zero education about my own body. In our community, the body belongs to God. The concept is Gelassenheit, yielding, submission. It applies to everything, including your physical self. Your body is a vessel for work and childbearing, nothing more. It is covered, controlled, and never discussed. English world girls usually learn about periods before they start, through school, parents, books. In Amish life, school ends at 8th grade. No health classes. The Ordnung, our rules, says nothing about female biology. The Bible mentions women's bleeding as unclean in Leviticus. That was the closest thing to sex education I ever got. It wasn't just ignorance, knowledge was actively withheld. My mother, my sisters, every woman had experienced it, but no one spoke of it. You bled, you dealt with it silently, and you passed the silence on. September afternoon. One-room schoolhouse, green chalkboard, wooden desks, ages 6 to 14, one 19-year-old unmarried teacher, Miss Stoltzfus. No running water, outhouse out back, hand pump, wood stove. I was working long division when the cramps started, low waves in my belly. Then the wetness. I thought I'd had an accident like a small child. Shame hit first. At recess, a girl 2 years older noticed the stain on my bench and whispered loudly, "She wet herself." Laughter spread. I looked down. The stain was reddish-brown and growing. I ran to the outhouse, slammed the door, pulled up my dress. Blood everywhere, smeared on my undergarments. I searched for a cut, a wound, nothing. It was coming from inside me. I cried so hard I couldn't breathe. My mind went straight to sin. 3 weeks earlier, I'd secretly read a romance novel I'd found by the road. Kissing scenes. In my world, that was sin. Now God was punishing me with blood. Miss Stoltzfus knocked. I opened the door, face swollen, dress ruined. I whispered, "I'm bleeding. I think I'm dying." She recognized it instantly, but her face showed discomfort, then irritation. No hug, no comfort. She said flatly, "You're not dying. Go home. Tell your mother." She handed me a dark cloth. "Put this in your undergarments." That was my entire education, a rag and dismissal. I walked 2 miles home, blood soaking through, cloth shifting with every step. The world looked the same, but I had changed. I entered the kitchen crying silently. Mom was canning tomatoes. She turned, saw the stain, closed her eyes in silent prayer, resignation. She took me upstairs wordlessly, gave me clean clothes, pulled out soft cotton rags from her dresser, showed me how to fold and pin them with safety pins. Then she sat and said the only thing I'd hear for the next 2 years. "This will happen every month now. It means you're becoming a woman. Your body can carry babies someday. Keep clean. Change the cloths when soaked. Wash in cold water so stains come out. And don't talk about this with anyone." No why, no reassurance, no comfort. She smoothed her apron and went back to the tomatoes. That silence hurt more than the blood or cramps. It taught me my body was a secret problem to manage alone. For 2 years, I handled periods in isolation. No pads, no tampons, English things. Just cloth rags, hand-washed in cold water, hidden in laundry. Cramps doubled me over while milking or scrubbing floors, but complaining was vanity. Suffering quietly was Gelassenheit. My body kept changing, breasts developing, making me hunch and layer clothes even in summer. No real bras, just undershirts. I prayed no one noticed. Then at 13, my oldest sister Leah, 26, married, 4 children, came home for a family gathering. She found me crying behind hay bales in the barn. She sat with me. For the first time, someone explained. The bleeding is fertility. The lining prepares for a baby each month. If no baby, it sheds. Cramps are normal. Try chamomile tea or warm compresses. Every woman goes through this. None of it is punishment. I cried from pure relief. 2 years of terror, thinking I was broken or sinful, all dissolved in 15 minutes of honesty. Why couldn't someone have told me at 11? Why was basic information treated as more dangerous than the fear I'd carried? The answer, discussing the body risks pride, hokmut. So silence was called modesty. Daughters bled in terror, and it was called God's will. After I left the community, after shunning, in therapy I first heard terms like menstrual cycle, ovulation, reproductive health. A diagram of female anatomy left me stunned. I was an adult learning what most 13-year-olds know. My therapist listened to the schoolhouse story, the rag, the walk home, and said 5 words that unlocked everything. That wasn't modesty. That was neglect. I'm not blaming my mother. She did what was done to her, generation after generation. She loved me in every other way, but she couldn't say the word blood to her 11-year-old. The Amish world gave me resilience, community, faith. But the chain of silence cost me years of peace. If you're still watching, thank you for listening. These stories are hard, but they are real. Share your thoughts below. I read every comment.